Hello everyone! Welcome to the tea processing course. In this lesson, we will learn about the processing technology of Souchong black tea. Souchong black tea is coarser than Gongfu black tea. It is generally harvested when the leaves are half open, with 3 to 4 leaves per shoot. Since the tender shoots are more mature, the buds are very small. The sugar content is relatively high, and the polyphenol content is lower, which is beneficial for the formation of the tea soup's flavor. Spring tea is usually harvested in early May, summer tea in late June, and no autumn tea is harvested. The processing steps of Souchong black tea include withering, rolling, fermenting, pan firing, re-rolling, smoking and baking, and re-firing. Next, we will examine the techniques and precautions for each step in detail. Withering. Withering can be done through indoor heating withering or sunlight withering. Indoor heating withering is also known as roasting. This process is carried out in a dedicated roasting room, which has 2 levels. The upper level is equipped with wooden beams supporting bamboo mats for spreading leaves during withering. About 30 centimeters below the beams, a roasting rack is set up for smoking and baking during drying. During withering, fresh tea leaves are spread on bamboo mats at a thickness of 8 to 10 centimeters. When heating, the doors and windows of the room are closed, and pine wood is burned directly on the ground floor. To maintain even room temperature, the wood is arranged in shapes like T, trine, or R, with piles spaced 1 to 1.5 meters apart. The indoor temperature is kept at 28 to 30 degrees Celsius and must not exceed 40 degrees Celsius, as higher temperatures can scorch the leaves. During withering, the leaves are gently turned every 10 to 20 minutes to ensure uniformity. The turning and shaking movements should be gentle. The entire process takes 1.5 to 2 hours. Typically, withering and smoking are carried out simultaneously, smoking and baking on the lower level and withering on the upper level, to achieve the rich pine smoky flavor characteristic of Souchong black tea. Careful attention must be paid to the concentration of smoke from the burning pine wood. While this indoor heating method benefits tea quality, the dense smoke can severely harm the eyes and respiratory systems of workers. As a result, flue heating has been adopted. A stove is built outside the roasting room. To burn pine wood, and natural ventilation is used to channel heat and smoke indoors. With this method, fire is lit in one place outside, and smoke is emitted in multiple places inside, allowing smoking and baking on the lower level and heating and withering on the upper level. The advantages of this method are simplicity, labor savings, convenience, and safety. The drawback is that the smoky flavor may be less intense. Sunlight withering involves setting up a green rack in an outdoor area, also known as a sun withering rack, using thick bamboo mats and bamboo sheets for sun withering. During withering, fresh leaves are spread loosely on the bamboo sheets at a thickness of 2 to 3 centimeters. Depending on the intensity of sunlight, the leaves are turned every 10 to 15 minutes. Under strong sunlight, withering takes about 40 minutes, while under weak sunlight, it may take 1 to 3 hours. When the leaves become limp, lose their gloss, feel pliable when handled, and the stems bend without breaking, the leaf veins turn translucent, the grassy smell diminished, and the slight fragrance emerges. Withering is adequate. Sunlight withering is not ideal for Souchong black tea quality. First, it is difficult to achieve uniform withering. To address this, leaves are often moved indoors after sun withering to continue natural withering. Second, sun-withered leaves do not directly absorb smoke, resulting in insufficient pine smoky flavor and a less refreshing taste. Additionally, sunlight withering is only feasible on sunny days, and the spring-summer transition is often rainy. Therefore, indoor heating withering is more commonly used. Rolling. Rolling is typically done using small to medium-sized rolling machines, such as the 6CR55 or 6CR45 models. For the 6CR55 rolling machine, About 30 kilograms of leaves are loaded. The pressure application follows the principle of light, heavy, light, with longer and heavier rolling for older leaves, and shorter and lighter rolling for tender leaves. Generally, tender leaves are rolled for 40 minutes, medium leaves for 60 minutes, and older leaves for 90 minutes. The leaves are broken up and sifted once during the process. Rolling is complete when tea juice exudes, and the leaves curl into strips. Fermenting. The rolled leaves are placed in baskets at a thickness of 30 to 40 centimeters or even thicker. A hole is made in the center for ventilation, and the leaves are lightly compacted. The baskets are covered with a damp cloth to maintain warmth and humidity, creating optimal conditions for fermentation. During the spring season, when temperatures are low, the baskets can be moved into the heated withering room to raise the leaf temperature and promote color changing. After 5 to 6 hours, when over 80% of the leaves have turned reddish-brown, the grassy odor disappears, and a pleasant tea fragrance emerges. The next step can begin. Pan firing. Pan firing is a unique and crucial step in the primary processing of Souchong black tea. It uses high temperature to rapidly deactivate enzymes, stopping fermentation at the right time, eliminating the grassy smell, and enhancing the tea's aroma to achieve a fresh and pure fragrance. At the same time, it preserves some solubly polyphenols from oxidation, resulting in a tea soup that is fresh, rich, sweet, and mellow, with bright red tea leaves. Re-rolling. The pan-fired leaves are rolled while still hot for 5 to 6 minutes to make the strips tighter and extract more tea juice, increasing the concentration of the tea soup. After re-rolling, the leaves must be broken up and dried promptly. Delaying this step may lead to over-fermentation, affecting quality. Smoking and baking. Smoke drying is one of the distinctive features of Souchong black tea processing. It is a key step in developing the tea's high aroma with pine and cypress smoky notes, and its longan soup flavor. The re-rolled leaves are thinly spread on drying screens with 2 to 2.5 kilograms per screen and a thickness of 3 to 5 centimeters. The screens are placed on roasting racks in a slanted, fish scale arrangement to allow hot smoke to penetrate all parts evenly. Pure pine wood is burned on the ground for open flame smoking and baking. Initially, the temperature should be high to prevent over-fermentation of the moist leaves. When the leaves are 80% dry, the flame is reduced to lower the temperature and increase smoke, allowing the leaves to absorb more pine smoke. The leaves are not turned during smoking and baking and are dried in one go to avoid loosening the strips. The process takes 8 to 12 hours. Nowadays, flue smoking and baking are mostly used. This method retains the original smoking characteristics and pine smoky aroma, while being more convenient, flexible, and safer, with no risk of fire and better protection for workers' health. However, the smoking and baking time is slightly longer. Refiring. Before the primary tea is sold, it undergoes refiring. This involves low-temperature, long-term smoking and baking to ensure the leaves absorb sufficient smoke and reduce the moisture content to below 8%, thereby improving the quality of the primary tea. That concludes the introduction to the processing technology of Souchong black tea. In the next lesson, we will learn about the processing technology of Kongu black tea. Goodbye, everyone!